this is like a typical, oh, and now it's not even working. I guess you don't need to see my face. This is like a typical outfit that I would wear to work. I pretty much stopped wearing jeans because they just, I feel like they don't even look good on me anymore. But this is a 26-28 shirt from Lane Bryant, and side shot. I was talking to the doctor, and although it doesn't look like this in the video, he said I carry a lot of weight. I mean, I knew this. I carry a lot of weight in my legs and my hips, which he says is actually a good thing, but means if I was carrying all my weight in my stomach, it's less healthy apparently. Ooh, so that's it. It was a lot of work just to set up the camera for that, but I'm glad I'll have it for the future. So, like I said, the doctor, that was one of the things he talked about, is that if I was carrying all my weight in my stomach, then I may not even be eligible for surgery, and it would just be really, really hard on my organs. So I'm grateful for these hips that I've always hated, but I feel like I've always carried my weight pretty well. Probably when I was younger, I felt like I carried my weight better than I do now, but pretty evenly proportioned, which I guess is good for surgery, so good to know. Just all genes, I guess. So, let's see, in the appointment with my surgeon, I also talked to him about skin surgery, which I am kind of terrified to do. I think I talked about that before. I don't think anybody obviously wants to have skin surgery, but it would probably be necessary when I get to my goal weight, because, you know, your skin just doesn't usually bounce back from things like that. And he said for it to look normal, I would basically have to fill where all my fat was with muscle, which is not normal, especially for a woman. So skin surgery would probably be in my future, something that I'd have to save up for, and I guess just bite the bullet and do it. But he also said that he's like, I can tell you my past patients have had the same worries as you. Like, you know, some people have hair thinning, some people are really worried about the nutrient, like all these just different things like nutritional supplements that you have to take, and some people worry about the skin surgery and all these possible side effects. And he said, I can tell you that you're gonna look back at yourself and just laugh at yourself for asking these questions, because your life is just gonna be so different and so changed that you're gonna be like, why was I even asking those questions? And he's like, it's more important and more effective for you to lose the weight more than anything else. And obviously that's true. And it made me really realize that this is like life-saving and a really big opportunity for me right now. So I think that's all we talked about in my appointments and all the updates I have. There's one class that I'm doing next week. It's the nutrition class. They talk about, you know, life after surgery and what you should be eating. We kind of got a short review of that and how we should be eating right now, which is around 1,200 calories, 3 meals a day, no snacking. So that's what I'm doing now, and trying to learn things and teach myself things like you're not supposed to drink from straws because you could get bubbles in your stomach, which is really painful. You're supposed to not drink with meals, drink a half hour before and a half hour after meals, which is really like one of the biggest things for me, and I don't know why. But I have to have a drink with my meal. So that's going to be one thing I really, really need to work on. The other things, like you're not supposed to be drinking, definitely not smoking, no carbonation or caffeine. That was hard for me, but I already quit and been off that for like a month now. So that's good, because Diet Coke was like, that was a really hard one. And I think it will continue to be hard, but I've actually felt a lot better as I get more and more water in. Trying to think what else was in the appointment. I think that was pretty much it. You know, I just had the opportunity to ask him questions. Oh, like I said, I haven't decided between gastric bypass or the sleeve, now VSG. I can't even think, gastrectomal sleeve. I don't know how you say it. So I haven't decided. I was leaning more towards the sleeve, and then I was leaning towards gastric bypass, and now I'm just kind of wavering in the middle. I don't know what the best would be for me. The biggest thing that I realized, and I would be up for gastric bypass, except that I found out that you're not supposed to take NSAIDs, which is like ibuprofen, Advil, Tylenol, anything like that for the rest of your life. You can't take that. And that was not a requirement when my mom had the surgery, which I don't think I've talked about. My mom had gastric bypass. That was not a thing when she had gastric bypass. And so she's taking ibuprofen, has no idea that that's a thing now. And I think it would be really hard to go my whole life without, you can have Tylenol, that's like it. And ibuprofen can be my savior sometimes. So that's one of the biggest factors. And also with gastric bypass, some people have problems with absorbing nutrition from your food and from any supplements you take, like your daily vitamin, anything like that. Some people have continued problems like 5 years out or more, and that's why some people have the hair thinning. And so I'm going back and forth, and I think I would be on the plus side of gastric bypass is that the success rate is like 10% higher than the sleeve, and you lose like on average 10% more with gastric bypass than the sleeve. Doesn't mean you won't lose with the sleeve and you can't continue to lose, but that's just the average. So I'm leaning more towards sleeve, and he also said you're young, the sleeve won't affect you as much for your entire life, you can still take NSAIDs, and so I'm pretty sure that's the way I'll go, but I'm still trying to consider all the options and take in his advice. So I think now that is all that I've covered. I keep saying I think that's all, but I think that is it. So I am again really grateful for all those watching and supporting, and grateful to be able to be talking to somebody out there and not feel so awkward. So thank you and I don't even know how you found my video because I didn't have any followers before, so I'm glad it's out there and that there's support, and I will update probably in a couple weeks when something has happened. So thanks guys, talk to you later.